Hello and welcome to another episode of the eCom Ops podcast. And today I'm talking to David Henzel, the guy who founded MaxCDN, as far as I understood in our previous conversation. Hey, David.
Hey, Norbert. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. This is really, a famous product, to be honest. How did you came to that idea to found a CDN?
Let me go one step further back. How I got there. I'm originally from Germany, I've always been interested in technology and started a few businesses there. And the last one was an e-commerce business in the early 2000s. And I sold this business in 2004 or 5, which gave me the money to get my investor visa to go to the US, because I always want to go to the US, because back then in Germany there was no real startup scene, and I saw what was going on in the US, and so I was very intrigued by this. So I always want to go there, and this gave me the opportunity to do this. And I went to Los Angeles. I had a lot of good friends in Los Angeles and wanted to figure out what I do there. And a friend of mine just sold his web hosting business and wanted to start a CDN. And in my past life, I was a Linux system and network engineer, so I always have this technical background. And so this was a good fit, and he was looking for a partner and investor. And so I joined this business, and we started together.
That's great. So I think MaxCDN is a name on the market, and it's a big thing. And you sold it back then, and moved to Turkey.
Yeah. So my wife wanted to be closer to family. I really enjoyed Los Angeles, but my wife was, personal story. My mother passed away, and my wife and her were really close, and this hit my wife really hard. So she wanted to be close to family, and so she wanted to go back to Germany. So also our daughter grows up with family, and I just couldn't go back to German weather conditions. So we settled on Turkey. We're in Bodrum, Turkey, which is a similar climate to Los Angeles, but a quick flight to Germany. So
that's great. Yeah. Well, Turkey is really great for vacations. So here from Austria, I'm in Austria, and currently I know that you have short trousers, but I've seen it already. But we here in Austria, we have snow, and it's really ugly today outside, because it's really shitty snow weather today. But if the weather is shining, to be honest, I really prefer having snow. Going down this skiing
I love skiing. I've been skiing since I'm 4 years old. It's just the gray sky that I can't handle. Kind of being somewhere in the mountains with can be cold. I can wear a jacket. It's not about the climate, the temperature. It's about
the clouds.
The clouds, gray
the
sky.
Cloud. Yeah, let's keep talking about the cloud. Now you have founded a new product that you launched for e-commerce businesses and SaaS owners, LTV Plus, which is a live chat company. So you help other companies doing great custom experience. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Sure. So at MaxCDN, one issue that we had is providing really good customer support, and it was very expensive hiring support reps in Los Angeles. So we looked abroad, and we started another company in Serbia, and hiring people there, and they were like really amazing. And this was kind of always our secret weapon to deliver really good customer support. And I'm a firm believer that treating a customer right and providing them a great experience and great support is not only morally the right thing, it also makes a lot of financial sense, because customers stay longer, customers are happier, customers refer more people over, and this really helps you to combat churn, or for example, live chat on a website increases conversion rate. So it's also very, very relevant for e-commerce companies. So I always had like kind of this thing for providing great customer experiences and support. Even though kind of going back to my e-commerce days, when I had my e-commerce business, I realized that if I answer a question that a customer has, is this product available in this size or that size or in that color, or the other color, and if I answer within 5 minutes the email and the answer is yes, 95% of the time I have the sale. If I wait, an hour, it drops significantly. And if you wait 24 hours to respond, the sale is most likely not going to happen, because there's so much other choices out there. So it's really important for your business, in my experience, to provide really good customer service and fast customer service, to make sure your business is growing. And so this is why I had this passion for this, and this is why we launched this outsourcing business. We provide failed payment recovery agents, for SaaS businesses or subscription businesses when the credit card expires, or abandoned cards, that when somebody abandons a card, we reach out to people to make them come back. It's more like the consultative approach. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, live chat and support tickets. That's kind of like the core of the business. Okay. It's no technology. We're technology independent. Mm-hmm. It's just about the people, customer support reps and customer success agents.
Yeah. And how do you handle the learning? So the support agents, of course, need to know a lot about the stores and the products, and all the kind of stuff behind the company. How can I expect that they are really part of my team?
Mm-hmm. So first of all, we do our best to hire somebody who has experience in this field before. Mm-hmm. So if it's like, I don't know, a company saying, we talked about skiing before. If you say sell ski equipment, then ideally find somebody who's passionate about skiing and has experience there. So it can also be consultative in terms of your sales game. And then, I'm a total SOP nerd, standard operating procedures, and so we have a system how we train and document the staff, and kind of building out knowledge bases. We also do this for customers in case the knowledge base is not perfect yet, or not existent yet. We help them to build these things out.
Okay, that's really great. Who should be responsible for live chats in your opinion? Is it the sales team, the support, or is it the marketing team?
Oh, it really depends. There's pre-sales and there's post-sales, and also kind of differentiating between e-commerce and SaaS. But on your sales page in e-commerce store, there should be the marketing team should handle it, and then on the support side, the support team should handle it. So it really depends. At MaxDN, we had like the choice when you start live chat: do you want to talk to sales or to support?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what do you think? How long is the maximum time you should give to join a chat? So what is the maximum time that can pass?
If you want to keep, it should be always under 30 seconds, or 2 minutes. If it's about sales, on the support side, it's a little different. You can also wait a little bit. Mm-hmm. Also on a SaaS product, I think it can be, you can wait a little longer, versus on e-commerce where there's impulse purchases happening. It's really important that you're like really snappy with the responses.
Yeah. Well, my last chat experience was yesterday. I had a chat with Amazon support, and to be honest, I'm always really impressed about this Amazon support. If you have, of course, they are the biggest e-commerce store in the world, or e-commerce marketplace in the world. But anyway, the experience is outstanding. So you go to the chat, you start chatting, and in I think under 30 seconds, I had someone here discussing with me about a product, a reclamation, and they really always try to give the right to the customer. So they always try to put the customer first. What is your experience with that, with e-commerce stores? Do they always try to satisfy the customer and always give them green lights for everything, or are there restrictions that are of course makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's always depends on the policy, but as the Amazon example, Jeff Bezos always says like he's building the most customer-centric company in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and this shows and pays off. Or Zappos, if you heard about Delivering Happiness, the book from the Zappos founder Tony Hsieh, who just passed away unfortunately. He goes to the extent that if a customer comes on chat and or on the call and the customer wants, for example, this shoe in a certain size and you don't have it, then the customer support rep or customer success rep sends the customer three links to competitors where the customer can buy the shoe that he wants. So it's like even going to this extent, because you wow people, you take care of people, and this is a great way to set yourself apart from the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. Need to agree. It's always good to give the best to satisfy the customer, and sometimes they have not, let's say, right, so they try something. I've seen this a lot so we support around about 100 e-commerce stores from customers, and I see it a lot that there is also fraud and people are trying to abuse the system if they know that everything gets green lights. So you need to be very careful, but being customer centric is always, I think, the best approach.
A customer who's who you really delight, and give like an amazing experience, they may tell one or two people that this was like really awesome, but somebody who you piss off will tell the world, and customers are really empowered these days to trash you, with Yelp reviews, with there's like so many online review sites, or just their social media channels. When you're pissed off about the product, this can really damage you.
This can damage you, absolutely. And now let's talk a bit about how you run the operations, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah. How have you streamlined your operations?
So I love the Entrepreneurial Operating System by Gino Wickman, the book Traction. Are you familiar with Traction?
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of this book, where you kind of define your mission, vision, values, you define your processes, you define your KPIs. It gives you a blueprint how to run your meetings, and it's So we run on EOS. This is.
And if you could put a magic wall over your operation, what would be your improve? What would you improve?
In our current operations?
Yep.
So we have this thing. It's not part of EOS. It's just something we came up with. We have the improvement log, and so every time when there's any mistake, any fuck up, customer complaints, process breaks or whatever, we always add this to this improvement log. And in our level 10 meetings, which are weekly management meetings, we go over the improvement log, and the improvement log has like, who reported, which customer was affected, and is it solved, and what's the solution. And so we always improve the process. And kind of with the team we decide like how can we improve it. And so we're a self-healing machine, so it kind of always gets better and better. So always welcome problems or errors that we cause, because this always gives us the opportunity to just make it even much better. And this has been working really well. And the mantra is you can make mistakes and you don't get in trouble for it, but if you don't add it to the improvement log or error log, then you're getting in real trouble. So that's the rule in the business, and it's been working really well.
Cool. Do you need some kind of automation? So is this part of this company that you need some automations here and there, and how do you resolve that?
automations in terms of the error log or the improvement log, or
whatever in the operations or in the chat process. Is there anything that you automate that you need to synchronize, that you need to connect with APIs, or is there any technical approach that you need to resolve during the chat, or is that your agents just log into the chat software of the client and start working?
Usually the agents just work. We work with the technology that the customer has. We of course make suggestions, how things could be automated more, or if there's a better support desk or live chat software out there. But generally we're platform agnostic, and we just use what the customer wants to use.
Okay, got it. Now let's tell me, who has told you the most about e-commerce in your career?
I kind of jumped in learning by doing, and just like did a lot of mistakes on my own.
So it's Google.
Yeah, it's probably Google. And also back in the days, it's actually. I went to a bunch of, from the marketing aspect, I went to a lot of SEO conferences, etc., and kind of learned a lot about this, because back in the days I was selling shishas, Arabic water pipes. Was like one of the had multiple stores, but this was the one that worked the best. And I couldn't do any paid ads because it was like smoke related products, and I could not. There was no social media back then, so I was kind of like, the SEO game was the name of the game. So I spent the majority of my focus on SEO. And another thing that worked really amazingly was swag. I'm a huge fan of swag. For example, we always included a very high quality lighter in every order that we send out, and with a logo on, of course. And so people sit together and they smoke hookah, and of course they need a lighter to do this. And then other people see this, and this starts the conversation, and then people refer us over. We often saw like some small town in Bavaria orders, and then we see lots of more orders from this small town, because we always provide an excellent experience to people, and people love to recommend stuff that's good, but they need a trigger to recommend it. And if somebody asks like, hey, what's this logo on your t-shirt, or what's this thing, then this triggers this word of mouth. And I think it's a really powerful aspect that a lot of people underestimate, how powerful this turning your customers into advocates and finding triggers to do this.
This is a really great suggestion. I just wanted you to ask you about what's your number one operation hack tip. I like that one. Of course, I happy to hear more from you. But to be very honest, it's our podcast is for e-commerce store owners and for SaaS business owners, and I think this is a really good aspect to give something really meaningful for them, and in this case it's the perfect gift you can add to a box, and it triggers, of course, it triggers the reaction, which is maybe another purchase. So really great. If you have any other operation hack tip or marketing hack tip, let me know.
A cool marketing hack tip is the self-liquidating offer. So back then, I sold shishas, and I sold a lot on eBay as well. And there was this charcoal that you need to smoke the hookahs or the shishas, and I sold this at cost, even losing some money on eBay. So I sold a lot of it, and the checkout process back then, I don't think this works anymore, but you could redirect the checkout from eBay into your store. And then the item that they purchased was already in the cart. They could not remove it. But then I pitched them like, hey, you can if you add more products to it, then you don't have to pay for shipping. And so I kind of lured people in from eBay to my store, and in general, you sell something at cost. The example is like, for example, if you have a store that sells candle accessories, like wax to make candles and fragrances, etc. If you sell the wicks, like the Docht in German, the wicks as bundles of 100 wicks on eBay at cost or even below cost, then you will attract people who make candles, and then then you have the information and you can market to them. So it's like kind of like the self-liquidating offer. You lose money initially, but you kind of attract the right people into your universe, and then you can market to them.
That's a great suggestion, a great tip, and I'm very thankful for this great interview. It was a pleasure to learn so much about your companies and your suggestions. You're very long to the market, and listen to David, guys. I think you can learn a lot if you talk to people that are so long in the business. Thank you very much, and
Thanks
stay
for having
safe.
me, Norbert.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.